If you're coming my way today, is because I believe strongly that the Lord has set out to actually bless you today by this piece of information that I'm bringing to you. And in life, you're a product of the information that you have gathered and then, of course, acted upon. And a lot of people made mistakes in the past because they were not informed. They had no access to someone who could guide them, someone who could advise them. So they made certain decisions that actually they are regretting, right now. Especially if you're a teenager or a youth, or you're about to make decisions, someone is asking you out, and then you really want to know certain things that you need to consider before you can go all in, into any relationship that will lead to marriage, someday. And so your opportunity, to have this information. Please, when you get this information, I want you to use it. I want you to use it very, very well. Use it very well. Let others know about this truth because they need to be guided. Okay. You see a lot of people get into people relationship because of the wrong ideas or the wrong things, and because of that they regret ever later in life. There are things that I want you to know. If anybody is asking you to go into a relationship with them, I want you to know this. If they are asking you to love them and then marry them, is it based on your facial beauty? If it is based on your facial beauty, it is rated as 2/10. That's number one. Number two, if it is based on your sexy look, that is rated as 2/10. If they are loving you or asking you to marry them based on your educational qualification, that's 4/10. That's number three. Number four, if they are asking you to marry them because of your parents' wealth or their own parent or the guy's parents' financial wealth, that is 1/10. But if they're asking you to marry them or someone is asking you to marry him based on this very last thing, that is 10/10. It is based on modesty, that is 10/10. I will explain. If someone is asking you because of your facial beauty and is in love with you because of the way you look, and that's all, no other thing, based on just the way you look, that person is not going to go far with you. Because by the time you get into relationship and then of course or marriage or whatever, and then after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you discover that certain very sparkling look you had when you came into that person's life may not be there. And so would they now decide not to go ahead or to stop the relationship or to go for another woman? That's one of the things you should check. So if they came in because of your facial beauty, that's going to erode with time. And of course, the proverb says beauty is vain. Okay? Charm is deceptive. So you will know that it doesn't last. There's no substance in it. If that is the only reason they are pegging their love for you on. If someone is loving you because of your sexy look or features that they have observed as sexy, that's also not going to last. Because Solomon in the Bible had 700 wives, 300 concubines, and he was not satisfied. And so sex alone couldn't even afford to do that. Because you see, some of the things that the chemistry that we have when we're not married, and when we got married, we discovered that those kind of promptings and all of that they were not sustaining alone. That alone wouldn't sustain a marriage. And so you now realize that if that's based on the reason why you want to marry someone, it wouldn't also last. And as a lady, also check out, is it because of my sexy look that's why this guy is coming to my life? And if that is the case, it wouldn't last for long. It wouldn't last for long because whatever features that you see, Over time, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. Over time, it's not just going to be there. It's part of nature. So you must make sure that that's not the reason why this person is all about you, okay? Or you are all about a lady for the guys. If it is based on education, then like I said, it's 4/10. Uh, you know, a man is not saved by the amount of can I say horses, according to Psalm 33 from 16 to 20, or the strength of his horses or chariots or whatever. Or that means of your educational power, mental power. Education really doesn't make a woman a better wife, or neither education make a man a better husband. There are many professors who are sending their wives out. And there are many women professors who are not submissive in marriage. So that doesn't actually add up. All right. Then, like I said, if it is based on your parental what, either the man's what, their parents are very rich, the guy's parents are very rich. No, a man shall marry, leave his father's house, and then be united with his wife. You know what? There's an adage that says that he who pays the piper calls the tune. He who pays the piper calls the tune. And so if your parents marry for you and your parents give you money to feed your wife, they will tell you even how to sleep with your wife. So you can imagine that. And so you just need to know that if you are taking marital decisions based on the fact that your parents are rich, then you are just not yet to start. Then you are not just matured. You are not matured. You are not prepared, yet to start. All right. So you also need to know when a guy comes around you and is bragging on how much the father has, how many cars the father has. When he's coming to meet you, he comes with the father's car, and they'll keep changing the father's cars, and of course, flaunting the father's wealth. Remember, it won't be long. It won't be long. It's better that he has his own, or the one the father has given to him, and he has power to be able to proceed from the stage, the level, financial level he was given. He has the capacity to proceed and go beyond that. That's when you say, okay, he is ready you're ready to get married to such a person. But if it is based on his father's house, father's cars, father's things, then forget it. It means that you are just going to miss out everything. So don't marry based on that. Then where I want you to concentrate is on modesty. If someone is asking to marry or is loving you because of modesty, that's 10/10. And that's exactly what will help. That's exactly what will keep you. That's exactly what will make you strong. If it is based on this, then you are good to go. Modesty, from the Latin word modestus, which means someone who is moderate, someone who has taken measures, who is able to consider other persons before them. And that's the great key. Now, because if you're not educated, the man will take you to school, will sponsor you in school. If you don't have money, if you don't have any handwork to do, he will sponsor that. If you have any shortcomings, he will be patient with you to build strength from your weaknesses. That's how it is. Why you as a lady also, you'll be patient with the guy to be able to help him overcome the weaknesses. That is modesty. Not condemning or condemnation. But that does not mean that where you see certain things that are not okay, you overlook because of love. Don't overlook because of love. Bring it out in love and then correct it in modesty, or allow the person to be able to overcome them. That those areas of weaknesses still is a character of modesty. And that's why modesty should be a thing that is making you to be attracted to someone, generally. Okay, so these are the things that I want you to know. And when you put this to practice, when you watch out for this, you won't make an error. You won't make an error. You will not make error. I'm telling you the truth. You will not make an error. Go and practice this. Go and check out. Use these yardsticks and check out, and then you will be saved. Because if you do not pay attention to this area, these 5 things I've talked about, now a time will come later in your relationship, in your marriage, it will become very important. At that point, there may not be a way to go back again. Okay, there may not be a way to go back. So it is now you consider that. For those who are married and of course you're having issues, all you need to be is be patient, and then trust the Lord, and then there will be a way out. Until we meet again, be strong and remain courageous in life.